This is the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 113, the premiere of season 7, returning you to the Eglath's Angels Dark Sun campaign. Intimidate the wind.
I'm not ready, but it doesn't really matter.
No, nobody calls you that. That's my nickname. It's my street name. That's right, your street value. Recording. All right. Well, if we're ready, I'm ready.
Oh man, Steve's here.
Uh-oh. Let's just call this off. I forgot he was playing.
How could you forget?
I know. He's moving in a very slow and jerky manner. It's very distracting.
I could flip you the bird, and you probably would not see it in the drop frames.
I mean, Steve's always.
I love that.
Well, I'm ready. So let's get started, shall we?
Okay, let's chow.
Let's light this candle. What? I don't know.
Aw, it's romantic now.
Ooh. Kick the tires and light the fires. Lock and load.
Nope.
That is the preferred order to do that
I love it
in.
when a plan comes together.
There you go. The princess is in another castle. All right, so I guess I'll start. Or do you want to do an intro, Jason?
No, I'll start.
No, Jason does not. All right. Welcome. Oh. Well, thanks, Dan.
It's already ruined. Recording.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill, a podcast where a group of friends play internet. What? No, they don't. I was trying to do what Jason does, and I completely messed it
That'll
up.
be before.
I'm not going to do it. Welcome back to the Dark Sun edition of Total Party Kill. I am your DM, Scott McNulty. We are back on the blood-soaked sands of Athos with our brave, maybe, party of adventurers. I guess I'll introduce them. Dan Morin is here.
Hi. How's it
Hello.
going?
I'm good. How are you, Dan?
I'm great. I'm alive for now, which is pretty good. As best as I can say for myself.
Excellent.
That won't last long.
Are you playing a new character? I was looking at the index cards I use to track initiative, and I have 3 of them for you, Dan.
I'm playing all 3 of those characters.
Excellent. Well, we won't introduce our characters because we do that every time. But Jason Snell is also here.
Hello, I am happy to be here playing, once again, Carlos, the gladiator, who is a mole by race and loves to run and hit things. He's a simple man with simple pleasures.
Excellent. Well, thank you for introducing your character right after I said we won't introduce our characters.
How come not? We're back. We've been gone for like more than a year. We have to introduce our characters.
Well, that's true. Then, Dan, you should introduce your character.
Who cares about Dan's character?
Me, Umlo.
It won't last long
not
enough
gonna
to
last
bother with.
barbarian.
Yeah. Moving on to Tony.
Poor Dan.
Aw. Umlal has survived for a pretty long time.
Yeah, he's
In Dan standards.
Yeah, he's
For
really,
Dan.
He's really holding out there.
He's due.
He's
That's
sick.
right.
He's sick of you guys though.
And that harbinger of doom was Tony Sindelar. Tony, thank
Hi.
you for joining us.
I play Regdar, just a guy making his way in the world today.
It takes
I've heard
everything he's
that
got.
takes.
Pottery
Yeah.
enthusiast. That's his class. He's a pottery enthusiast, expert on
Mhm.
pottery.
Just a proud citizen of Athos.
That's
right.
a lie. No one is a proud citizen of Athens.
Speaking of proud citizen of Canada, Erica Ensign has joined
Well,
us. I don't know if you're actually a Canadian citizen or not, but I declare it.
No, but they just changed the law, so I can apply sooner than I thought. So that's
Oh.
exciting. But before I do that, I'm going to play Presta Shabogan, an Elven Ranger, and as an elf, I like to think of myself as not really a member of this party. I just sort of joined up at one point and haven't found anything better to do yet. So
It's
Sounds
all a
about right.
mistake. Clerical error.
Mhm.
Unpaid intern.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, I'm getting paid, right?
It turns out Omlal's in charge of the accounting.
Oh dear.
There's
Right.
always money in the pottery.
You get
Yeah.
sand and more sand.
If you have a problem, take it up with Carlos. He's multi-classed as head of HR. So,
Yes.
Exciting.
I run to the employees and then hit them.
it's a problem.
Speaking of complaints to HR, Steve Lutz is here.
Yes, I am. And I'm still playing Kachka Khan, a 3-creen bard and a lady. Yes. You probably know me more by my stage name, which is just Kachka. I'm like the Cher of 3 green in
Yeah.
Athos.
Just like.
That's right.
Almost exactly like,
You
actually.
need a big bug to play your hootenanny or other corporate event. Kachka may be available.
I will happily play your hootenanny anytime you like.
Reasonable rats.
Says rats.
And new, joining the party, we won't say what her character is yet because it's a mystery to the rest of the group, is
Ooh.
Alien Sims. Alien, thank you for joining us.
Hi. I don't have much to say.
Yes, be quiet
It's a
until
secret.
you are all is revealed. This is how I build suspense.
Word of advice from my character to yours: go the other way. Just run.
But don't worry, you will not have to wait too long, Alien. Just
Also,
give us
Scott, it's Aline, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
See, look at this. This is. Thank you for correcting me.
She's
Aline,
apparently too polite to correct you, but I'm not.
I'm
I'm
been
used
saying
to
wrong
it.
forever, but now I will say it correctly.
It's okay, Scoot.
Not the first time I've been called that. All right. So when we last left off, does anyone remember where you were and what was happening?
I don't
we
remember
were
where I am
totally in
now.
our favorite pub. Obviously, everyone remembers
Oh,
that.
damn.
The Ickard
knows the
Carapace,
answer.
as I recall,
Yeah.
from about
Yes.
5 minutes ago when you
Someone
refreshed my
was
memory.
strumming his piccolo.
Yeah, I
That was-
prefer the Dusty Kank, but it's too crowded there now.
That's right. So you are. For those who do not
Nobody goes there anymore. It's too
recall,
crowded.
Dark Sun. Dark Sun is a setting in Dungeons and Dragons. There's magic is bad. It's a wasteland. Desert. Magic is not trusted. How's that?
Magic is strictly regulated.
There you go. And it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic Dungeons and Dragons.
Things are different.
Lady, what's going on?
The
I
apocalypse
feel like you're a lot of value statements here, Scott. You
I'm
know,
just
things
trying
are
to give
different.
the high-level overview. Our party is in one of the city-states called Tur. It has recently been thrown off the shackles of its sorcerer king overlord, and now
Shackles?
there restraints. I don't know.
Shekels?
Yes, there were many shekels thrown, and now there is a new king in town, Tithian, who was a former Templar. Templars being kind of the police / soldiers of the sorcerer kings. And that's really all the background you need to know for those tuning in for the first time. And now, so we join our party minus one person in the Ickard Carapace, where they had just, after a successful adventure tracking down the origins of the mysterious Shakwat beetle, have decided to kick back for a well-deserved rest. And when, just as they were about to relax, the doors of the tavern swung open, and in blew, literally, some kind of wind that seemed to have a shape, and they were whispering, "Give us the crown! Give us the crown!" circling the table. Some players may recall that Regdar used to wear a very snazzy crown, which was stolen by some mysterious people that had caused a giant sinkhole after you were chased by some uncooperative Templars. You jumped down into the hole, you fought some weird people wearing kind of rocky armor, and they stole Regdar's crown, which Regdar did not know could be removed, so that was a surprise to everyone.
He was unconscious at the time, I believe.
That is true.
Sounds like me.
Also,
And
remember
unconscionable.
another thing to note: some members of the party have a red lion tattooed on them.
We all stayed at Red Lion Inn. It was not a good choice.
Not it.
Yeah, their membership program is awful.
Regdar has a Ramada tattooed on him, whatever that is, because he wouldn't stay with the rest of us.
It's a
So,
Ramadan.
Yeah.
What do you do, people who are in the tavern?
Another
I drink.
Are these wind-based creatures approaching us, or are they addressing the tavern at large?
They are circling your table.
Our
Okay.
table, huh?
Already.
Are there extra
I
chairs? Can we invite them to
suppose
sit
we're playing Dungeons
down?
and Dragons. I should do some kind of check. That's a thing we do, right?
Yes.
We roll dice.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds wrong.
That sounds wrong.
It is
I would
getting
like
very
to roll-
windy. People are falling over.
All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to use Roll20. So I'm rolling a history check. I got a 16 plus my history score is 7, so I believe that's 23. Do I know anything about the history of wind people?
Well, you do know that the elemental magic is strong in Athos, and
Mhm.
it is not uncommon. These seem to be some kind of minor elemental. You would guess an air elemental. They don't usually come into the city like this and ask people for crown, so that seems unusual.
It does.
Yeah, that's about what you know. I can tell you some more about elementals if you like.
Magic is strictly regulated and limited access to it for the citizens of Athos, but an elemental is kind of a naturally occurring creature that is
correct.
Harnesses magic, right? It does not get magic from a sorcerer king per se.
It does not. And there are, you would all know this, that there are, thanks to the kind of the sorcerer kings and the large kind of magical arcane battles that happened, there are kind of like wild spells and areas of Athos where magic just happens, weird things happen. So this is not too unusual. I mean, it's unusual, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
All right. Hey guys, who wants to talk to these people?
I rolled perception. I got a 14. How many of these things are there? Where are they arrayed versus us?
You can tell that there are 4 of them, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint. They're going very quickly, almost cyclonic in nature.
Are they? Are the other people in the tavern reacting at all to these guys?
So, as you are assessing what these things are, you notice that tables are being blown over, people are scurrying out of the way. The keeper of the Icar Carapace is unhappy with. He's crouched behind his bar. He's screaming, "Get them out!
No blasters!"
All right, well, I'm a surprisingly persuasive giant bug, so I'm going to stand up and say, "Oh, powerful wind elementals, what is this crown of which you speak?"
Oh, disciples of the windy thread.
Oh God, I was like, please don't do this. I could see Jason's gears turning. Like his eyes.
Yep, I could feel it.
I wasn't going to do it, and then I had to do it.
He's just a robot that makes Frankenstein Island references. That's all he is.
That's all it is. I was just going to say,
Jason.
Regdar, he who smelted dealt it, so maybe you need to deal with these guys.
The crown has great power. It was discovered recently. One of you has it. Give it to us.
We no longer have this crown. It was stolen from us as well.
No one. I had the crown. None of you guys took it, right?
No.
Me not see crown for
people.
ages.
I'm just saying, if somebody asks you if you have a crown of dust, you have to say if you do or not. It's the law.
It is.
Also, must tell me if you are Templar or not. That's the law.
Give us the crown.
Get the rock people.
Yeah, I said we no longer have the crown that you seek. It was stolen from us by some people underground.
By people.
Rock people?
Rock people. Tell us these rock people.
They teleported into the rock or merged into the rock or something to escape.
Yes.
Question, team. Could they have been earth elementals? I mean, we fought them in like a pit, and they did do a lot of stuff to the ground. I am suddenly realizing that elementals are a big deal in Athos.
They just look like people, as I recall. It wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but they had crazy rock armor that
and
seemed
they
like
moved
living rock.
through the rock.
That's right. One of them did meld into the rock to escape. You remember?
All right, Mr. Elemental. I'm Regdar. What's your name?
We are the wind. Give us the crown.
Okay, I think that all we need to do. This adventure is going to be real quick. You should go to war with the Earth Elementals. We'll stay here.
Great.
I don't see how this involves us in any way. And the owner of the tavern would appreciate it if you leave really quick. I think we've been extremely forthcoming, and it's nice to meet you. And probably don't hang out in this city because I think you'll get in trouble. But go find the Earth Elementals. Start a war between elementals. What could go wrong? I'll be here.
All right, we're done.
Finally, someone answer
Scott,
a question of what war good for.
Scott, what experience points do I get for that?
Well, you should roll a d20 for
And
persuasion.
while he's rolling, I'll just remind everybody out there, for more information,
Oh, very
check
persuasive.
out episode 69 of Total Party Kill. That's my footnote. That was an audio footnote.
Thanks, true believers.
Excelsior.
Yeah. I am not trained in persuasion, so that is just, I believe, just a 7.
Your lies belie your lying. Wind, not very creative. Tell us the truth. Give us the crown. We know you have it.
All right, Amla will stand up to his 7
The cult of the
feet.
Black Earth does not have it. They are fools. Give it to us.
Oh, Cult of the Black Earth. Everybody make note of that.
Yeah, you're going to intimidate the wind, Amlal.
Yeah, me very intimidating. blow off.
Kachka, wasn't Intimidate the Wind the name of your third album?
Yes.
The follow-up, Break the Wind. Yeah. Thank you, and good night, everybody.
Oh, wow.
Nothing? No?
Amla will try to Amla will try to shoo away the wind.
How does Amlal do
He
it?
just waves his hands around like,
Yeah, he stands up and he's like, "We told you, no have crown. Goodbye."
Is that how Amal talks? I forget.
It's canonical now.
No, it's how he talks.
What did I sign up for?
Well, the air elementals descend upon the party, and you feel kind of a disconcerting amount of air brushing through your clothing and possessions as you. And then
What's at this? I'm
I
hot,
like
so that's
it.
not so bad.
it's pretty good. And then they say, "The crown is not here,"
Yeah,
told
that's what
ya.
we said.
and they disappear.
It's all just a misunderstanding.
So
The
Well, this has been a
end.
good
And
adventure,
they-
everybody. Pack it
They,
in.
they
Well,
all
we-
lived happily ever
That's right.
after.
Thus ends. Sorry, Aline, but
my suggestion: we go find a nice day spa and just hang out there for a couple days and wait and see if Tyr is still standing when we come back.
And so the rest of the tavern is, they disappear as quickly as they appear. There is complete disarray except for your table. You were kind of the center of the hurricane. Everything else around there are tables destroyed. There are people kind of
Whoops.
fall on the ground. The bar keep is peeping above the bar and giving you a dirty look.
Hey, we cannot be held responsible for the actions of the wind.
He's holding a cudgel.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that
he's-
feels like, I mean, I know a lot about insurance riders, and there's no way that is on us.
Well, he has a cudgel. He points it at your table and says, "You out.
Oh no! This is my favorite tavern.
Man.
Oh.
Never darken our door again."
Oh, this sucks.
Are we banned from all locations or just this one?
Finally, a
All
pothook
locations.
as we spend the rest
So,
of this
our
adventure trying
quest is
find
to
our way
get back into
our
the
bar.
pub. I can totally get behind that as a
Yep.
quest.
And as
that
you,
elemental politics business doesn't really appeal to me.
No.
But getting in with his innkeeper? So-
yes. Tell us more of this innkeeper who does not have a name.
Yes, do tell us.
So I'm assuming that you will leave the tavern
I think we should
peacefully.
leave.
Yeah.
There's one thing I like doing, it's following the instructions of an ornery innkeeper.
I don't want
Almost
to
taking his
leave.
drink though.
Yeah.
It says, "You leave the tankard."
Almost stands up. He's like 7'11". He's like
Take the cannoli.
Take the tankard.
keep souvenir tankard.
Yeah, with my compliments.
It's advertising. It says the Ichard Carapace right on the side.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And so you leave, and you are on the street in
All
Tyr,
right.
and you notice coming down the street is a group of Templars. There are 4 Templars.
Oh no!
Those guys.
Those guys, and they look, and they seem to recognize you. They approach you.
Do
Why
we
did it have to be
recognize
Templars?
them?
You do not recognize them. And they
Why
say,
would they recognize us? We're not famous.
Do
or
I
important.
recognize
Well, there
any
were
of them?
some Templars that were trying to arrest us before we fell into the earth and were attacked by the rock.
Yeah, I thought it
people.
might be them.
I think
These-
Regdar may know some.
these are
Templars.
not the
Know people
Templars.
who know people.
Not sure. No reason why.
Well, yeah, why would he?
I've been very involved in the community in Athos in Tyr for a long time.
it's
Not
true,
like you
he's-
people who just blowing through like the
Yeah,
desert
he's
wind.
been teaching orphans
The
how to
Tyr
like
Community
collect
League.
pottery.
Yeah.
It's true. So they approach you and they say, "We heard there was a disturbance in the Ichard Carapace.
Man, word travels fast.
This is a well-run city, citizen."
Traveled on the wind.
Must have been
I
the
think you're-
burrito. The burrito that Regdar had.
Yeah,
Hey.
blame it on the wind, man.
There's you know
All-
what? There are no burritos in Athos. That's why it's awful.
No.
Amla
All-
says.
all
Amla says.
praise.
You must have confused us with someone else. We merely dust in wind.
Jeez.
The lead Templar looks at you quizzically and says, "I do not understand what you're talking about."
I think there's just a simple miscommunication here. What's your name, Mr. Templar?
My name is Gal.
And when did you graduate from the Templar Academy?
10 years ago.
Some gall this guy has.
But
But
I you could understand things are rather precarious here in the city. There's a lot of people pretending to be Templars. Can we see your badge?
They are shocked by a sudden noise.
I'd like to see your badge, sir.
Gall takes out his badge and says,
Aha! Templars don't have badges.
We do now, under King Tithian, who has reorganized the Templar ranks. As you would know, I guess you wouldn't, since you were drummed out of the corps. Rhaegar.
What? What's happening?
What?
That's right, I know who you are.
I'm not feel like I'm not lied to.
This is a part of my backstory I'm unfamiliar with.
It's an improvisational game that we make in our minds, Tony.
So it just means they played some drums when you left the Templar.
That's right.
area.
That's right. You quit. You resigned, but then they
I have
they
been
played
told
the drums.
that
Play me out.
They can't kick me out. I quit.
I have been warned that you people do not like to answer questions in a straightforward manner, and that you often try to derail things. But I am here on a very specific task.
Now wait, I have to disagree with that.
Yeah, wait. Who warned you of this?
If
And where did they
Amla
go to
may
school?
answer question with question.
It was not a question. I did not ask a question. I have been sent by Mashashtra, who you would all recognize as
Bless you.
the-
Fake name.
It's a real name. You would recognize her as being in charge of the defenses of Tyr and kind of the marshal in charge of the Templars. She is part of the bureaucracy that runs Tyr, and she is, you would all know that she is loyal to the new king, King Tithian, who himself was a former Templar. She requests your presence. And of course, as you know, and this is the Templar speaking, it's not really a request. It's a demand. She doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Well,
She's
we
gonna have
should
to wait
probably
because
go
we
with
don't
this.
have any presents for her.
Wait, let me just count. How many of us are there? There's like 5 of us,
There are 5 of you.
and there's
Yep.
4 Templar.
Yes.
Guys, what do you think?
I think we just got kicked out of a bar, so we've got nothing better to do.
I feel like we got nothing to lose getting into a fight with a bunch of Templar.
Okay, Carlos is going to roll intimidation.
Okay.
That's a 13, and this is what Carlos says. No, you listen here, Templars. We want to go see Mashashta. You take us to her now.
I love it.
The Templar is neither intimidated or scared, but rather confused. It says, okay.
Success!
I
Carlos
question
nods
many of my life choices.
knowingly.
Follow me. And you go towards, as you can see in our lovely picture here, that is the palace in the center, the golden tower in the center of Tyr.
Ooh.
And that's where the king lives. And
Well, I
also,
thought Tyr was kingless. Why is there a king suddenly?
It was.
Tyr is
It's in
sorcerer
transition.
kingless.
Mhm.
There is a new
Previously
king.
on Dungeons and Dragons.
That's right. So you would all know that Kalak was the sorcerer king of Tyr, and he
So overthrown.
he was overthrown by a band of freedom fighters and replaced with another king, King Tithian, who was the lead Templar. He was part of that group. And for people who want more information about that, you can read, I think, the Prism Pentad. Is that it? There's a bunch of Dark Sun novels you could read that tell the story of that fight.
Good
Not
footnote.
covered in this adventure. So there you go. He's dead. Nobody really liked him. Slavery, the other big thing, slavery has been outlawed in the city of Tyr.
Damn right.
But there, once you leave the city, you would know that the farms are that support the city have slaves. So it's not, it doesn't really hasn't been completely abolished.
Carlos does not like that one bit.
That's right. Some of you were former slaves yourselves, so but free. So there you go. You're going into. You're not going actually into the Golden Tower itself, but nearby there is what's known as the Templar quarters. You're going into the Templar quarters. They are very blocky houses. They seem well fortified. Everywhere you look, there are Templars walking about, doing their business. You enter into one of the largest buildings in the Templar quarters. You're taken up a couple of flights of stairs and led into an office that is occupied by an older woman sitting behind a desk. On the desk is a jug that has some beads of water on it, which leads you to believe it's probably cold water in the jug or something. And she looks up at you and she says, You are the adventurers I was looking for. Please, have a seat.
I wave my hand and say, these aren't the adventurers you're looking for.
Yeah, we've actually never gotten that before, so I'm surprised.
I take one of the chairs. Thank you.
That was a figure of speech. I was told that you were not the brightest of adventurers. Please sit down in the chair.
Okay,
you
that
have
we
heard
get a
from
lot.
us.
I prefer to stand. It's more mysterious that way.
Story check out.
Regdar drowns in the jug of water.
I sit.
Carlos sits.
Thank you. So, I understand that you have been very helpful with the Shaquat beetle situation. So, our thanks to you there. I know everything about what you've done. I'm well connected, as you may imagine.
Everything.
Yes, Umlal. Everything.
If she says purple pants.
Guys, Ixnay on the purple pants. That's.
While there are those that say that your methods are unorthodox, clearly they have results. And there is a situation. I don't know if they're good results or bad results. But
The results.
There are results.
There is
Results.
The
Hey,
laws of
you know,
causality do apply.
You put stew in a catapult, you get results. That's the.
Also, you get stew.
Yeah.
That's right. So there's
These stew-soaked sands of Athos.
as you know, King Tithian is trying to consolidate his power, and the rest of the Sorcerer Kings are jealous of our bold experiment in pseudo-democracy that we are running here.
Not selling very well.
Excuse
That's on
me,
the
it's
money.
a pseudo-republic.
We can quibble over political regimes later.
We can? Because this
Yes.
is... I'm excited.
Excellent. Maybe we'll talk later.
I'm though curious
Now-
if republic or representative democracy.
Oh my god, you guys shut up.
Maybe on second thought, I think that there's another band of adventurers that I could probably ask to do this.
All right, back to the pub. Let's work our way back
No,
in.
We're banned.
Oh. Guys, this is the only way that I know to get back in the pub is whatever this person wants us to do.
Yeah, so let's cool it.
I think Presto
Yeah,
and
also,
Carlos.
we haven't even gotten to meet Aline yet. We've met like 3 people, and none of them are Aline.
That is true. Very soon. Well, maybe not. We'll see
I
where
suspect
you
that
end up.
Presta and Carlos are acting a little more businesslike, trying to give her something to focus on that is not the other yahoos in the room.
Yep.
So,
Carlos, businesslike?
We've been trying to strengthen our diplomatic ties with the various. What is happening? My computer was going to restart itself.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us.
No.
No, that too.
With the various city-states and halflings, as you all know, live in. Let me show you this map.
Whoa. Hey, it's Athos.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it well.
Athos. So the Forest Ridge is, which is beyond the Ringing Mountains. I have underlined. You probably should zoom in. I don't know if you want to zoom in or not, but I have underlined in yellow Tyr, which is kind of housed in the Ringing Mountains there. Across the Ringing Mountains, and to the north is a halfling city called Ogo. The halflings are important allies. Well, will be hopefully important allies to our city-state, so that we can defend ourselves from threats in Uruk and various other city-states that seem to frown upon our new freedoms here in our liberated society. So we sent a diplomatic envoy to Ogo with a variety of things and such to trade with the halflings. That mission went off very well, and they were on their way back. And this was 2 weeks ago. They were on their way back. They were supposed to go to Cled, which is underlined on this map as well in yellow, next to the great alluvial sand wastes. My agents in Cled have reported that they have not arrived, and we need to know where they are and what happened to them. One, as you know, if you get lost in the desert, chances are you're dead. Though I don't really care about the Tyr envoys that we had there. I'll give you their names. They matter less to me than does what they were carrying. They had some coded missives that I need very badly. Now we've heard reports as well that there's been some strange elemental-related activities happening out in that general area. There are cults that have been for thousands of years, worshipping the elements. I seem to. Why would you worship the elements when you could worship a king? But the people make their choices, and apparently, in our new regime, we're supposed to respect people's choices. So there you go. But now they weird things have been happening. There's been a lot of elemental activity in the city itself, which is unusual, and I am not happy about it. There was a sinkhole that you guys fell into, you may recall.
Hey.
Also, I've heard reports of some hostile wind coming through.
That wasn't me.
One of the seedier pubs of ill repute here in.
Whoa.
Some say the CDS.
The CDS. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Please.
I don't want to.
Show little respect.
Now, of course, you'll understand, or maybe you won't because some of you seem to be foolish, that Tyr has a vested interest in finding this envoy, but we don't want to look as though we are looking for them, because that would be showing that we're weak and we've lost our envoys to the other city-states. So I need a group of people who can act for me, but not have any direct ties to me.
You want us to find group of people for you.
No one would deny
Yes.
that we are indeed a group of people.
That is correct.
Also, we are super discreet, as I'm sure you've heard.
Yeah.
So
Now,
Also,
If
We're the
nothing else,
cheap-
we're good at tracking groups of people through the desert.
we are
that
also
is true.
very cheap.
So, as a token of my good faith, I know that you had a run-in with one of my Templars not too long ago, and
Like 20
that
minutes ago.
saddens me. And so we've taken some corrective measures, and there's a curtain behind her that she opens, and you now realize that curtain looks upon the old gladiator ring that Carlos is so familiar with.
Yes.
And she makes a signal. She picks up a small mirror and makes a signal out the window, and you see one of the doors in the gladiator pit opening, and being pushed out of the door is that lead Templar who was giving you so much trouble. He
That
looks...
jerk.
This
He
is the guy.
is-
This is the corrupt guy we met last time who was trying
Yes.
to take us in. Yeah.
Yes, and he's slamming his fists against the door, and across the arena, another door opens, and from that door comes 3 creatures that you recognize. Tembo.
oh boy.
No.
They slowly come out, and they all lock eyes on the Templar, and within 30 seconds, he is ripped to pieces. And so Mashatra turns to you and says, hopefully, that will show you that I respect your abilities, and I apologize for any unfortunate problems that we may have had in the past.
Now, are you
Aline-
sure
is
he's
Aline
dead?
one of the
Because the
Templars?
last time I saw a Templar get
No.
killed by a Tembo, it came back to life.
He's not coming back to life.
Okay.
Now, also, while I will give you all the information you need for this mission, I also have one of my trusted aides who will join you, who has many useful skills. One of which is that she is not as distractible as perhaps some of you are, I've heard. No.
I
be
like
more
her
distracting.
already.
Sorry, were you saying something?
I
and the
think
door-
I can see his spleen. Carlos says.
And from another curtain,
Good eating on
opens,
spleen.
and you see a woman who is blue-skinned. And now you'll notice the day has been the wind, other than the hostile wind that was attacking you. There was no wind going out, so the air is very still. And yet this person's hair and clothes are rustling as if she is standing in the wind. And Mashashta says, "This is Shara. Shara, I think that's how she pronounces her name." There you go. I was close.
Again
Shara!
with the hard A's.
It's I can't handle it. Shara, this is the adventurers that I told you about. That
Shara.
Will help us in our mission to find these coded missives.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know if they have a name, if their band has a name. I don't know much about it.
Yes, we are Eglath's angels. Mhm.
So I
I'm Carlos. This
Raise
is
my
Almwell.
eyebrow and-
Regdar over there is just a guy.
and-
Presta is loosely affiliated with us, and of course you know Kachka, famed bard, and
Hello! I do a little
I
flourish.
just nod like once.
Excellent. Well, now the introductions are over. There are several envoys who may have these coded missives. Shara knows all of them, but I will tell you who they are just in case. So there is Brundelar. I cannot pronounce anything today. Brundethar. Brundethar? Good enough. He's a dwarf from Tyr. He is very learned. He can read, which is unusual. Tesralar is an elf who works for me. Rundorth is another dwarf. And there is Desenia Norval, who is a human. And now these are all agents of mine. They may not all work directly for me, but they do report to me. I would like to have them, it would be a bonus if you could find them alive. But barring that, I really need the documents that one or all of them are. I do not know which one has the documents. But
Somebody write that down.
I got it. I don't know if the spelling maybe.
I got him.
But I got it.
That's all right. The pronunciation's probably going to change later anyway.
that is true.
Wait. I was just going to ask, consulting this map of Athos that we're looking at on your office wall here,
Yes.
is it likely that they traveled over the Green Road via Uruk, or is it that they probably did kind of a more cross-country cut from the halfling sitting straight to Fled?
They would not have taken the road. They would have gone cross country because we do not want Uruk to know that we are having these. This is kind of a secret mission.
Yeah,
Uruk has been threatening us for many years now, and they are emboldened by the fact of our perceived weakness due to the death of our Sorcerer King.
Regdar notices, just looking at the map, that halfway between Cled and the halfling city in the Forest Ridge that they left from looks like some kind of location known as Freedom. Is that a place that would be familiar to Regdar or others in the party?
Yes, you would all know that Freedom is a small town that has been established by freed slaves.
Yeah.
So either they were actually freed or they escaped, and they established their own little town there.
Well,
I was born in a small town.
We might want to check out Freedom, or perhaps that could serve as a base of operations for exploring the wastelands between these envoys may have gone missing in.
And yes. Carlos says that he knows some people in Freedom who are his fellow freed slaves. He knows a couple anyway. They might be able to help.
Mm-hmm. I've been through there on my travels, but I don't have any specific contacts.
So should we maybe go to Keld first and then make our way back to Freedom?
Now I'm guessing
in case they're on the way,
because those are off the main roads. That is it going to be less likely that we can travel by caravan to those, and we may have to take care of our own transit?
Well, we'll provide you with the resources that you need.
Okay.
All the kanks you can eat.
Well, you can eat as many kanks as you like. I would, once again, this is secrecy is of the utmost importance. We cannot have Uruk know that this is happening. So don't tell anybody.
Can I ask
a great choice,
question?
My friend?
Discretion is important. Yes, Toby.
Our tattoos that are lion themed, those are from Uruk, right?
They are.
How prominent are those tattoos on us?
I think they were on your
wrists,
shoulders.
Was what I heard.
Wrist? Was it wrist?
They were hands of some sort, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're on your hands.
We received those because we got
just sitting there with one hand under his.
We got those because we were beaten up by somebody from Uruk.
Yes, you had a fight with a Templar from Uruk.
Definitely
so
send the team already beat up by people from Uruk.
Those tattoos would be super useful for sneaking into Uruk, and in fact would be possibly very conspicuous if we encountered anyone from Uruk. I mean, or would they just be like, haha, somebody from Uruk has already beaten you guys up and given you tattoos?
Well, I mean, it's sort of like, think about if you had a tattoo of the American flag on your hand, right? It just would signify to other people that you were proud Urukians.
Why did someone force us to get Uruk tattoos? I guess I don't know if I understand the full symbology of this.
You do not know why. None of you have even investigated the tattoos, really. So
We've been busy. Scott.
For more information about how we got our tattoos, check out Total Party Kill episode 2.
Let's just say it's not the first time we've woken up with some sort of markings on our bodies.
So you don't know, there was, I believe, if I can cast my mind back to episode 2, there was some thought that perhaps you should get them checked out. Maybe they do something.
Okay. So we haven't,
or at least so
done
they
that.
never find out they weren't.
did.
We should at least find out if they're not infected. Because
Scott, that was only like 100 episodes ago. We're getting to it.
I understand things happen.
3.5 years ago,
Stuff happens fast at Athos. Yeah. And so she says, I'll give you all the supplies that you need. I would not suggest that you take the main road, although you could take the main road, obviously, out past the foothills of the Tyr Valley. But then once you get out there, I think you would want to go into the alluvial sand wastes and cross there. I would suggest going to Cled because it is closest, but you are the adventurers. Whatever you want to do is fine.
All right.
Sounds great. Is there anything? What should we be asking right now?
We should probably come up with some sort of a cover story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We
You guys are my
traveling band
roadies.
of band.
I'm going to Cled to play a hootenanny.
So I'm busy. You can leave now if you agree to my terms, which is basically do this.
Yes.
Or you
Sounds
will
good
never
to
be
me.
welcome.
It occurs to Redgar that we have not discussed payment, but that thought quickly leaves his mind. He's
Well, they
very
did kill
excited
that
by
Templar
the idea
for
of
us.
adventure.
That's right. Well, you can, if anybody wants to ask about payment, feel free.
What will our compensation be, Carlos?
Well, your compensation will, of course, be helping the city-state that you love
Of course.
remain a vital and vibrant metropolis.
Freedom is
I was
important to us.
thinking about the city-state of Tyr.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't even live
How some-
here.
No, hold on, Preston.
Well,
Check
you're
this out.
welcome to join us, Preston.
I think some of the taverns are run by some unscrupulous people, and maybe as a reward for helping raise the status of Tyr, we could be transferred ownership of one or more taverns from this list I have prepared.
I like it.
Of the ones with the least reputation, the worst of the taverns. We don't
As-
want
I'm
to
not sure how I feel about this.
As
Well,
group,
we can raise them to Tyr's higher standards.
Well,
as group accountant, we in need of slight costs to cover expenses.
Well, I find this request odd.
We are unorthodox, and we get unorthodox results. That's what you're paying for.
It is true. There are, I noticed on your list, several taverns that have been perhaps lax in their taxes, although they did not really know they owed any taxes. So I feel that we could transfer ownership of one of these taverns to your group upon successful completion of the mission.
Sound good to
That's
Amla.
not exactly.
Free drinks.
All right, we're gonna have to work out something amongst ourselves because I have
Pressa,
no
you can have all
interest
the
in owning a
proceeds.
tavern.
We just want a tavern we won't get kicked out of.
Okay. All right.
All Amla will guarantee all free mugs you want.
Almost is carrying still a mug from the Icarus.
Yes, that is now his
I
most
know
treasured
a piccolo
possession.
player we can hire on Kochka's off nights.
And she says, you don't have to worry about provisioning yourselves when in the Templar's Quarter. She'll give you directions to a warehouse that you can get provisions.
All right, this
Well,
sounds good.
This is good. I think we should go plan our strategy, and we'll report back once we've saved the day.
So 2-3 years from now, all will be good.
Yeah.
Shara will escort you to wherever you need to go.
All right.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, I say welcome to the team. Brace yourself.
And I
You
walk
could
them out the door.
Talk to each other. Perhaps there's a new person of you.
Yeah, Shara, tell us more about yourself and what you are bringing to our arrangement of adventurers here.
I just nod
Yeah, it
like
would be
twice.
helpful to know, particularly in battle, what sort of things you can do to help the team, because we are great at working together.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Teamwork. Teamwork, most
I-
important thing after bar.
We can't hear you.
Oh no.
I think her audio might be delayed.
No, I think we just lost it.
Oh, I think we lost.
Hmm.
She is silent and mysterious.
Oh, there you
Yes.
are.
Fine.
Miss
Be like
Shatra
that.
Thought that
Oh, no, it is very delayed.
See,
Yeah.
Oh no.
You might want to reload.
Yes.
can you hear
I'll
me?
roll 20. Not as good.
Yes.
we hear you.
But your mouth isn't moving, so that's a bad sign.
Yeah, so she said that
Telepathy is one of her powers.
40 seconds ago.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hello,
Oh,
future
yeah, we
Erica. Enjoy editing this part out.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes, refresh the browser. Well, I don't know what she was going to say, but you walk to the warehouse, and you get whatever stuff you need. So you
good.
can write down any equipment that you possibly, any normal, non-magical equipment that you would like. Now is your
Dang.
chance to give it to yourself.
Great. We do that.
Mhm.
We have all the good stuff.
Almost just got like an armful of weapons.
And if you actually want something, please write it down. And because you cannot, like, if you fall into a pit and you say, "Oh, remember when we got that 20-foot ladder?" That's not going to.
I just buy
500
nothing
feet
but
of
rope.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, we can hear you.
Welcome back.
Okay. Thank
You're
you.
Still a touch delayed.
So I'm watching them shop.
Yes,
That's shopping
And you
so
can-
much as lifting.
and help yourself
Yeah.
as well to whatever you want. Non-magical equipment.
How much rope do we have?
Oh, we have all the rope,
Everybody has what, 50 feet of rope?
at least.
Yeah, and yeah.
I've got so much rope.
It's magical.
It's hidden rope. You can't see it until I use it, but I've got it.
Whoa.
Oh man, is there anything I want? Looking at that list.
Okay. I'm going to get some sand shoes. Get some tents.
Where's this list you're looking at?
Parasol.
I think that's just making stuff up.
Picnic
Player's
supplies.
handbook. You can look at whatever's in the equipment section and take whatever you want.
Oh,
Ooh,
I take it all.
magnifying glass. It's only 100 gold pieces.
In case you need to burn any.
You can't take I think there's a
Giant
telescope.
bugs.
You can't have a telescope.
Watch your back.
No. What about
No.
a spyglass? Like there's a smaller spyglass.
Sure. You can have a spy.
Yes. Score.
If anybody needs tools, they have all the tools, disguise kits, forgery kits, musical instruments. They've got
Ooh, do they have
Oh.
a fipple flute? I'd like a backup just in case mine breaks.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of my background things is I play the fipple flute.
I am
And
apparently
now you have
proficient in
two.
the flute, but who knew? We could be a traveling band.
We could.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's good.
I know how to
cover.
strum a piccolo.
That's right. That's 3.
It must be an elf.
I like that the list of musical instruments is very like pretty standard. You know, your drum, your flute, your lute, and then it's got bagpipes on it.
Athos truly is the worst place ever.
Yes, Umlaw clearly plays the bagpipes.
All right, so you have got your stuff.
Regdar's been practicing tambourine.
I'm going to bring along some fishing tackle. I think we may need that at some point.
It wouldn't be the first time.
If any
That's
any
true.
party is going to need that, it would be us.
Have I told you about sand sharks in the Great Alluvian Sand Wastes?
There are, in fact, sand sharks.
I'm picturing Kachka sitting on a bridge somewhere and just like the line going right into the sand, enjoying himself.
So you wait until the next day so that you can head out in the morning, and you head out to, well, I don't know where you're going. Well, you tell me. I shouldn't assume that you're even heading out anywhere. It is mid-afternoon, after you have just completed gathering your equipment. What would you like to do?
Well, Kled seems like the obvious
with
choice.
my desert travel expertise, do I think it's a good idea to head out at this time of day, or do I think we should wait until like just before nightfall? Because
Well, you know that,
Nick.
so the pluses to traveling at night are that it is cooler, obviously. The downside is
So much
that
cooler.
there are many nocturnal beasts that hunt at night. So
Tembo!
tempo. So
Yeah.
generally, when people move, they move during the day, but in the early day, so that they can.
so do we want to be sort of like crepuscular and move, dusk and dawn?
Yes.
So if it's mid-afternoon, we should probably wait a little bit.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
You just tell me when you want to leave or what you want to do.
We'll leave
and
at
we
the
will
good
do it.
time and head for Cled, I think we're going to go to first. Is that right? Or do you want to go?
Yeah,
try to
I think
go
that
straight
makes
to
it
Freedom?
makes sense to go there and work our way back to their point of origin in case they're partway between there and Cled.
Yeah.
It would be kind of silly to go straight to Freedom and then discover that they were partway between Freedom and Cled.
So you know that it'll take you leave Tyr, and you head your way to Cled. You know it's going to take you probably 4 or 5 days to get there. As you're traveling along in dawn and dusk, and you come upon the various sand that you see.
Oh,
lots
good
of
sand over there. That Umlaw's favorite sand.
It's a finer, lighter sand.
Yeah. What grade sand are we talking about here, Scott? We got fine grain, harsh grain, what mid-level,
Arboreal sand.
Yeah.
There's lots of sand. There's some
jasmine
rockier
sand.
parts, and you're walking across.
Phyto sand, zoophyte sand. What do we got going on here?
And you also are aware that it is not unusual to see ruins of former structures in Athos as you're going across the desert. So as you're making your way, you see some ruins sticking out here and there. And you know that when you come back, you probably will not see those same ruins because of the shifting sands. They cover things up. So that's just kind of a normal part of traveling in Athos. And you come across a section of the desert here it's a little rockier than the other parts that you have seen. Can everyone move their token?
I can move mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Excellent. I take it to mean that everyone can move their tokens. It's very exciting.
Except for Dan, who has gone away.
Oh, he's just being very still.
Yeah, now that we're out in the desert, sort of traveling in the open, Presta seems much more sort of relaxed. Not quite happy. She's never really happy, but relaxed.
So you're walking. Does anybody
learning from his previous things is just gonna cast mage armor on himself every morning?
And that lasts for 8 hours, right?
Yep.
Excellent. And you see everybody give me a perception check.
Ooh,
And also
I got a natural 20.
you perceive very well. And put yourselves wherever you'd like to be.
I feel like I should be out and...
Can I put myself back in the pub?
No. You cannot. I'm going to reveal more of the map because you see more.
We never did have a chance to chat with Shara and find out what
Sorry,
her
I had
deal
to turn
was.
off my GM access because I could see things I should be able to see. Whee!
Oh.
Dan
It's
knows
cool.
what's
It's all
about
right.
to happen.
It's okay.
Well, you're all
Right.
going to know what's about to happen. So.
My perception should have been 3 better because this has to do with the desert.
Ah, excellent. So everybody who got over, let's say
5 over 5.
10,
Damn.
notices. So are you everybody standing where they want to be standing before you notice anything?
Sure.
Sure.
I guess so. I should be near the front at least since...
Can I leap up
leading.
onto this rock over here?
Yes. Oh, who's this?
All right. I'm going to leap up onto this rock.
I don't know.
I'm on a rock.
There's an extraneous token here. We can ignore the extra Carlos.
Speaking of GM settings, apparently there's a video and voice bandwidth setting that you can access as a GM that might fix some of our woes.
Oh, let's see.
Or it might make everything worse. I don't know.
I can make video bandwidth medium. It's currently set to medium.
Oh, well, that seems pretty low already.
I can set it to low or very low.
Or maybe you can set it high.
I can set it high. That seems
No,
like
that
it
would
be
destroy
a
us
problem.
all.
So everyone who got over a 10 notices a boulder is rolling towards Regdar and Carlos very rapidly.
Oh, dear.
I noticed that.
Ooh.
And
Look out for a boulder.
It hits both of them. Well, possibly.
But I noticed it.
You noticed it, but
I also noticed it. I failed to do anything, but I noticed it.
It's hard not to notice a boulder that hits
watched
you.
as it's coming. Like, that thing's gonna be real close.
That is
Deer,
weird.
deer in the headlights. Deer in the
Surely that
headlights.
will stop rolling anytime now. Oh no!
so does it? I think it hit both of you. 24 for both of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even with my mage armor.
And so you take. Both of you give me a strength saving throw.
Okay. 10.
All right. So you are both bowled over, literally, and rolled over by this boulder. It's hard to say.
Bouldered over.
You both take what's that? 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
As this boulder rolls,
it
and as
wasn't-
it's rolling,
Wasn't like a soccer ball, guys.
it stops and kind of shakes itself and stands up and reveals itself to look like that.
It's so
Now
big.
it doesn't grow that big, but I'm just showing you what it looks like.
Whoa.
Scott,
I was
use
about
your-
to disappear into the desert and never to
use
be seen again.
Use your powers wisely.
It looks like a rock kobold. And his
Kinda
facial
like,
features
like
there.
an alligator that was friends with a bull.
Or like a rock lobster.
And if anybody wants to
Ooh,
roll Arcana, could find out what this thing is, but on their turn. And so let's roll initiative because that was a surprise round.
A giant rock.
It is a giant rock.